Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? This is a bonus episode of the world famous, the University Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But ladies and gentlemen, you and I just call this show Online Marketing Moves, and we are coming to you live today. This bonus episode is gonna be a fun episode. This episode is we're gonna talk about scams, okay? There's a lot of misinformation online. There's a lot of scammy people online, and I want you to avoid these people. And the reason why I want you to avoid these people is for the obvious reason, These people, and they make it sound. Now listen, we all know. Let's be honest with each other. Let's trying to start anything is hard work. Trying to start a business is hard work. Trying to become a popular YouTube person, it's hard work. Trying to start a successful podcast is hard work. Trying to be the top, doctor in your field is hard work. Trying to be the top, trying to be a district manager at McDonald's, it's hard, It's not the road to success is not an easy one, okay? And the problem with most of these people online, not all of them, but the problem with a lot of these people online is they try to make it seem so easy, But the reason why for these people it might be easier than you is because they are liars, okay, and con artists. You have these people who they build a big audience for whatever reason. Does not matter how they built it, and then they turn around because it takes a lot of work, In order for you to have a successful, we'll just say YouTube, because. And the reason I bring this up is because I have a family member who loves to talk to me about all. I'm like, I have a book from a book about Wall Street, about the stock market. I bought the book, The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham. And I have a book. A book from about Warren Buffett called Snowball. It's like an autobiography or a biography about Warren Buffett. And now I'm not a stock market genius, Me myself, I'm an index fund person, I just put money into an index fund, and that's it. I don't really want to learn about all this the volatility. I don't care about all that. My main objective is not even the stock market. That's not my main objective is to create this business, to get to have this copywriting business, this writing business that I want, this publishing business, I should say, to be a full-blown author, and to control that, that's what I want, that's my goal, not is because the stock market at the end of the day, it's out of your control, and for me, I want to do something that I can be in control of. Like of course, should you get into the stock market, that's up to you. But yeah, you should, because it's a good way to make some money. It's a good way to invest, and you definitely want to have your money working for you. We all start from somewhere. Some of us start from the very bottom, and when you start from the bottom, you want to figure out different ways because listen. I've been down the road where you go to work, you earn a paycheck, and that's it. I've been down that road. It's a decent road, but it's not a winning formula, because you have to think about this, A lot of the times, unless you're a lot of people, it doesn't matter how high the income. A lot of people work paycheck to paycheck. And when I was in my early 20s, that was me. Paycheck to paycheck. Anytime I think I would get ahead, I would save like $1,000, There was always something, I come from a family of poor financial habits, and so they was thrust upon me with these poor financial habits, and it's like ugh. But anyway, so you and so these people that they get on these YouTube channels and they have a success, they know a lot of people struggle. They know a lot of people. So they make it sound good, They make it sound good about the whole, from anything from multi-level marketing to sports gambling. All these people try to make it seem like it's super easy when we all know it's not. In order for you to multi-level marketing is hard work. You have to, back 2002 or 2003. Somebody approached me about multi-level marketing. They wanted me to do Amway, and they made it sound like it was the easiest thing ever. And so I'm asking them, I'm like, what do you have to do? And they said, well, you can go to the mall. They wanted me to go to the mall, hang around the mall, and be like, hey, you ever thought about making some money? And I'm like, how's that gonna work? And at the time, I was definitely not a people person. I was not, hey God, let me speak to you real quick. That was not my thing. So that was not gonna work. But a lot of these people, like I went to school with this guy. Fast forward years later, I went to school with this guy. And he was doing this MLM, and he tried to make it seem so easy. And he was like, hey man, you should get involved. And I was like, kind of suspect. Of course, he was like, man, you sure? So I said, I just sort of hang out on the sidelines and watch a little bit, I gave it a shot. It was not my thing. I made a little bit of money. I didn't get rich. The product itself was decent. The problem was the people in the company were not decent, There was nothing wrong with the product. It was good. Actually, the product was actually pretty good. It was the people in the product, in doing the product, because you have a lot of, and let's be honest with each other. A lot of people that do MLM are like, not a lot, not all, but of course, a lot of people do MLM because they think, hey, this is my ticket to wealth, because a lot of these people are, have dead-end jobs, And at the time, the first time somebody approached me, I was working at a prison, and it's not a dead-end job. It's a pretty decent career, but it's a prison, you know what I mean? Any day I could have got stabbed or something like that. So you think about that, and you're like, well, maybe I can make some money, And people come to you and they talk about money, But a lot of people that do the MLM are like ex-convicts, ex-felons, There's nothing wrong with that. They need you need a second chance in life. But it's the reason why they go that route is because, jobs before it would be they could get a job, but it's not. A lot of these people are into fast money, like people that go to jail. People that go to jail and stuff, they're interested in a fast lifestyle. They're like, fast money, fast, relationships, fast cars, And there's other people that are like that too. But a lot of people when I worked at the prison, they was into, they would tell me how many cars they had, how many trucks, how much drugs they sold, how many kids they had. It was a lot of bragging, it was a lot of braggadocio going on, and so they get out of jail and they're like, hey, what can I do to make some, and people tell them, hey man, you should do this. This is legit, And so the guy that I went to school with, I found out that he went to jail, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, of course he did, you know what I mean? Like, no offense, but it is what it is. But it did not work because they because these people had these, they was not selling the product itself. They would sell the idea of the business to people, you know. And that's not because you're going to run out of people, you know. You can't sell a business to everybody. You ever think about this, you know? Could you imagine you owning a McDonald's and you selling, you know, McDonald's is spread out. McDonald's is spread out throughout the world. But could you imagine if, just think about the way where you live. Let's say you live in an apartment complex. Every apartment is a McDonald's. Every apartment is a McDonald's, you know. And all of you live there, you know. Let's say there's 50 units. 50 units, you know, no, 49 units are McDonald's. One unit is not a McDonald's, you know. You have one customer. One. And all 49 of you are running to this customer. Eat at this McDonald's. Why should you eat at this McDonald's? Because I have the best hamburgers, you know. I have the best effing hamburgers. Eat here. Eat at this McDonald's. It's 49 McDonald's, you know. I mean, come on. MLMs are cool. You know, it's for some people, not for everybody. But the thought of you selling a business to, you know, this person, that person, that person, this person, that person, then, you know, what are you going to do? How are you going to sell the product to anybody? You know, who are you going to sell it to? And so that's the problem with MLMs. You know, but a lot of people go online, they say, oh, I'm making this kind of money, I'm making that kind of money. And the reason why they're making that kind of money is because they have a large audience, you know. The bigger the following you get, the more opportunities you have to make money, you know. And that's what a lot of these people do not tell you about all this stuff. One of the things I had to learn about affiliate marketing is, you know, affiliate marketing is a great way to go, but without the audience, without the gathering, without the group, who are you going to be in affiliate marketing for, you know? All you're going to hear is crickets. Cricket, cricket, cricket. You know, you're not gonna sell anything if you don't have an audience. And a lot of these people have audiences, but then they try to sell you on a course, on a product. But the most important thing, the only thing that you need to know is you don't have to buy these stupid courses from these people. Because I will tell you right now, without an audience, you have nothing. Without an audience, you have absolutely nothing. Okay? If you want to be wildly popular on YouTube, you know what you need? One, you have to create content. Two, you have to find people that want to listen to the content. You have to build an audience, an engaged audience. You have to build an audience. Without an audience, without people, without a tribe, quote unquote, nothing's gonna get done. And so these people are very scam artists, and they will try to sell you on the course. They will try to sell you on $5,000, $10,000, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of this stuff is crap. A lot of this stuff is garbage. You can find this in books. You don't have to buy. I have a pretty nice sized book collection. I have 100 books. You know, I've read half of them. Half more to go. You know, I have ways to go, but I want to read them all because I like to read. And a lot of stuff you could just read out of a book, or you could just, you know, go online. You know, you don't need to buy anybody's stupid course. You know, I'm not saying courses are bad, but a lot of people that you see on YouTube, and a lot of people you know, the reason why they're on YouTube is because they don't have any money. Okay, and I'm not saying that to be, you know, to knock them. But Bill Gates ain't on YouTube, you know what I mean? He's rich. If you're rich, you know, you don't have to be on YouTube, you know. You see people like I remember somebody told me about Grant Cardone, you know. They saw Grant Cardone, Uncle G. Uncle G is the greatest gift to real estate, and he would talk about Dave Ramsey and say, you know, oh, Dave Ramsey's an idiot, this, that, and the other, you know. Yeah, they put Dave Ramsey's show on YouTube and everything like that. But the reason why they put the clips on YouTube is because they want to, they know that people are going to watch, and they're like, and maybe they'll tune into the show, you know. But Dave Ramsey has been doing this show for a long time, you know. And Grant Cardone is out here mowing this guy down like he's some type of idiot, you know. And it's like, and you see Grant Cardone, and you're like, why is this guy all on YouTube? Why is this guy all on social media? You know, if he's a quote unquote big time real estate mogul like he claims, you know, why is he on YouTube so much? You know, and the reason why is, is Uncle G really? You know, I mean, it sounds good and all, but the reason why is he was able to take that and build a bigger brand, you know. He was able to, you know, whether his real estate deals are legit or not does not matter at this point, you know, because he can make plenty of money from social media, you know. He can make plenty of money from YouTube. I remember when I was trying to be an affiliate for ClickFunnels, I gave up on that pretty quick, and it was like, if you get 100 people signed up for ClickFunnels, we'll pay for your car, you know. And I remember they had like 50 or 60 names on there, you know. One of the names I saw was Grant Cardone, and I thought Uncle G was rich. I thought Uncle G was making all this money from real estate. Why is he on the goofy ClickFunnels affiliate site getting his car paid for? You know what I mean? So I'm not calling Grant Cardone a scam. You take it how you want to take it, but a little suspicious to be, you know what I mean? And you have all these guys. You have the real estate people, you know. They always talking about how this, that, and the other, and it's like, hey, you know, if you're so busy, you know, I understand if you have one or two small properties, but a lot of these guys talk like they got, you know, they're so busy doing all this real estate, all these deals, you know, the hustle and bustle. They don't have time for anything else, but yet you see them on YouTube every week, every day, making videos, and it's like, it's kind of suspect. And so it's the same as these sports. You see sports betting people. You know, these sports betting people, they're like, hey man, I'm a sports bettor, I'm a sports gambler, blah, 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 blah. You know, I make money. I made $1 million, and it's like, if you live in Las Vegas and you're doing sports gambling, the last thing you would do was be on the internet, the interweb, bragging about the money you made, because the sports casinos would sort of ban you, you know. They would be like a blacklist, you know. But these people want to sell you picks, you know. These people make more money. These people make more money in courses, you know, than they do the actual thing they claim they do. It's like the Amazon, you know. You remember there's a guy that I used to see, and he was doing Amazon. He would sell you a course on doing Amazon, you know. It was Kevin David, and Kevin David would do. He would sell like a $2,000 course about Amazon, you know. And it's like, if he's so busy with his Amazon store, why is he trying to make a course? Oh yeah, I forgot. There's more money. You can make more money than selling a stupid course than you can actually doing the thing that you do, you know. You have a month of success, and then you turn around and you tell people, hey man, $2,000, hey man, I'll sell you a course. And these people, they rent cars, they rent houses, you know, and they're slime balls, you know, and they're hucksters, they're hustlers. And it's a scam, you know. It's disgusting. And I saw this, and the reason why I made this episode is my cousin. He's been telling me about this. He's been telling me about this financial, this stock expert, this stock person. You know, all they're great in stock trading. Blah 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 blah. They have a course for $2,000. You know. My cousin signed up for the course. God bless him. You do what you want to do. But I'm telling you, do you need to sign up for a course for $2,000? Probably not. I remember, hell, I signed up for a course about writing because I wanted to improve my writing, and it was free. And I think the most I would have had to pay was $50 if I wanted a certificate from Coursera, you know. And if you want to learn stuff, you can go to Udemy. You can go to Udemy, Udemy, and learn stuff for cheaper than that. You can go to Coursera, Coursera, I believe, and learn from there. Or you can buy a $10 book. I just bought this. I talked about this yesterday or the day before. Whenever this podcast releases, I talked about Dan Kennedy and his podcast. I bought a few Dan Kennedy books, and I've learned from him, you know. And I think I bought like 4 or 5 of his books, and total price maybe like $60, $70, something like that, you know. There's plenty of ways you can go about spending your money. But let's get back to this course, you know, with my cousin, you know. And I saw something the other night. I fell into a rabbit hole about people scamming on the internet, you know. And her name popped up, and I thought, woo! And her name came up, and it was talking about how she bought a house. She bought a mansion in Puerto Rico, a $40 million home, and I thought, you got to be kidding me. This lady don't got that kind of money. Come on, man. And of course, turns out that the home is rented, and you know, it's more of a way to sell more courses, you know, because if you are honest, people are not gonna buy from you. But people fall for the shiny objects. People fall for the BS. People fall for the Lamborghinis. They fall for the rented houses, you know. I remember I used to always see this thing about this guy Dan Locke, you know. Dan Locke dresses like he's a billionaire. Dan Locke dresses like he's a somebody, but he's more of a grifter, you know. He's more of a con man than anything. And he's like, sell me this pencil, you know. That's one of the things I heard him saying. It's like, hell, I gotta sell you a pencil for, pal, you know. Like, who are you? And he has like a million people following him. And of course, the reason why he has a million people following him is because, you know, he sits back in a limo like, hey man, I got it like that, and he talks real big, you know. But he's just selling courses, you know. He's a course seller, you know. He's not a business person. He's a course seller. And a lot of these people are not business people. They sell courses, you know. And you have to know the difference, you know. And that's where the con begins, you know. Like the Dan Locks and the Kevin Davids and the, you know, even the Grant Cardones, you know. I'm not saying, you know, now you like I said, you do what you want to do. But I'm just warning you. If they on YouTube and they're talking like they're expert about something, check the credentials. Good God Almighty, check the credentials out. You know, be careful. You gotta be leery of people. You know, you see all these people selling NFTs and scams, and they build an audience, and they're like, "Hey man, we got a Bitcoin coming out," and then they do the whole pump and dump. They buy the Bitcoin or whatever, have you buy it, have you spend all this money, and then they sell the stock, and then the coin goes down quickly. You know what I mean? It's very suspicious. It's very shady. So anybody that you follow, you know, they start building the audience. If they try to talk to you about the stock market or buying an NFT or buying a Bitcoin, be leery, beware. Run away, you know. Run away. I would not get involved in these people and their business adventures, you know. It's like I saw this guy that I used to watch. His name was Spencer. I think his name is Cornelia. And I saw him one time talking about this family that I never heard of these people until I saw his video. It's like the McBroom family. And the guy wanted to start doing box. I didn't know this. My friend told me this. I had a friend. He said the boxing now, they try to get like TikTok people, all these internet people, people that have a big following. They try to get them to box, And so this guy McBroom, Austin McBroom, that's his name. He wanted to do a boxing match, a boxing tournament. So he tried to set it up, and of course it turned out, I guess it didn't sell as well, and he owed people money, and and apparently he's broke, and they evicted him from his house, and he had been they bought a lot of money to try to buy the house, try to make it look like they had a lot. And the guy Spencer basically said after a while he was trying to sell a course about how to be successful on YouTube, and it's like, when you see these people, you gotta run as fast as you can, Now listen, we all know it's like my mother. When my mother says, anytime my mother's about to go into talking about somebody, she says, "Now we love them," and I said, "Ma, cool." We all know there's decent people on YouTube. We all know there's good people on YouTube. I watch. Sometimes I watch this investment lady, Kathy Wood. She's a nice lady. She seems like she's on the up and up. She ain't trying to say nothing. And I watch her from time to time about investing. I'm like, all right, that's cool. And sometimes I watch a Dave Ramsey clip about saving money and getting out of debt. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I watch my YouTube like you watch your YouTube. But the thing is that I don't do, that you should do, is stay away from the non-business people, the course sellers. There's a difference in a businessman and a course seller. You know what I mean? You have to watch. You have to be careful. You have to study these people. Me myself, I'm in business. I got no course to sell. One day I'm gonna sell you a $1,500 course. And like I said, you can buy a course if you want. But here's the thing. Here's the problem that I have with a lot of these courses. A lot of these courses are horse shit. Excuse my language, because Lord, me and the Lord made a deal. I don't curse a whole lot anymore, But for this purpose, it's horse manure, okay? And the reason why it is because a lot of it is fluff. It's not like, I give you an example. I follow this guy. I get his emails every day. I get a newsletter from him. His name is Ben Settle, Ben Settle, he has good information. It's not fluff, like it's actual stuff that I can use in my daily emails. It's stuff that I can use in my writing that I can actually use. Now, I'm not recommending him to you, but I'm just telling you that it's something that he's a guy that I can use and get something out of, And before, I know when I first started trying to figure out myself online, hey, listen, I will follow these people and I'm like, man, they know what they're talking about. But then I would be like, something ain't right, And I remember a guy, I'll give you a perfect example. I followed this guy, his name was Kerwin something or another. And he seemed like he was on the up and up, legit, But then I remember I bought a course, it was $7. I bought this course for $7. And what pissed me off was, he would always say, if you buy my next course, he would give you 3 minutes of information, and then he would plug his next course. And then I thought to myself, I said, look, MFer, I want even though this course is only $7, still, I was promised something and I ain't getting it. So I was done with him after that. And then I remember a few months later, he went to jail for something, and never heard from the guy again, Grifter, So some people are full of it. That's all I'm saying. And this trade lady that my cousin was following, she's renting a house in Puerto Rico, claiming that she's buying it because she wants some more business, and that's how they get down, So be wary of the Lambos, be wary of the cars, watch out for the Ty Lopez's of the world, and stuff like that, ladies and gentlemen. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We'll be back tomorrow with the all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. Well, hold on, this is a bonus episode. We might not be back tomorrow. But I hope you enjoyed this bonus episode of the show. And yeah, watch out. All right. And we'll talk to you later. Peace.